Major Chuck Bowler. I am a logistics readiness officer, Air Force, of course, and been doing it for the past 12 and a half years, almost 13 now. Several different assignments. Started out at Luke Air Force Base, went on to do some deployment time in Kuwait, Kadena Air Base, Japan, came back and did some Air Force ROTC instructor time, served as a DO at Lodges, Army tour in Hawaii, and now I'm the commander of the 36 MSG Detachment 1. Like you said, because of the remoteness of it, a lot of my positions are one deep in there. You're trying to get a mission set done with as minimal as possible when the work is much greater than that. So to be keen on how people are responding to those tasks, I got certain sections that are heavily tasked, some are not. So yeah, you have to be emotionally aware in those situations to figure out when people are hitting those breaking points, if people are, not necessarily getting, stimulated in the environment or what it has to be. But I think it's a key role, especially in remote tech environments like that. And I think it all starts with the concept of respect, because I think if you respect people in general, you respect their time, you respect the efforts that they put into different things like that. So I think that's a huge one. And also, like you mentioned before, that emotional intelligence, just to figure out what's going on. To be effective in those situations, you have to be able to read people, because that's going to be your asset. The mission's always going to have to happen, but the people for you that are getting it done is what needs to be taken care of, and the rest of it will fall into place. With my leadership style, I think, to be perfectly honest, having an upbringing the way my parents did, I think helped me become a leader, because they help you to recognize people. Like, people are important no matter what you do. No matter what you do within this facility, you are important as a person. So I think if you're able to recognize that we're not machines, and I think that'll help. Well, just personally, my leadership style, I think that helps us just to being able to be personable, even though I guess technically I classify as an introvert. But I recognize that people are, we have hearts, brains, all those kind of things. And you can't always please people, so sometimes you have to make the tough decisions and what have you. But at the end of the day, if you recognize that this is another human being in front of you who's fallible, we're going to make mistakes. We're going to have, stuff going on at home. These things are going to be going on. We're going to be selfish. All these things you have to be able to recognize. But just recognize that the other person in front of you is human in order to accomplish the task, I think helps with leadership. So, of course, as a logistician, there's strength. Time is your biggest thing. Since I am a castaway, the movie reference is perfect right now. When Tom Hanks at the beginning of the movie, he was doing something for whatever company he works for. I forget at the time, but he was looking at his stopwatch. And logistics, you're constantly trying to beat the clock, trying to get things done, because people want their stuff when they want it. To include you getting your Amazon package on time, or, an aircraft getting the parts to get out on time. So time is huge here. You got a lot of water to cross, a lot of territory to get through. And with that, it's only certain points of entry into Diego, because we don't have a commercial airport. So a vessel comes in at a certain time per month, maybe 1 or 2 ships, and then you also got, a couple of rotators per week. But if things don't get on there, then that definitely prohibits you from doing your job. So also working with an Air Force unit on a Navy base, our funding may come through us, but we have to wait on the Navy to do any facility. So we got a couple of impacts up here to include working on a Navy facility, as well as the long logistics chain to get anything where our mission may be. So I think we shared that, no matter how unique it is. Being in an MSG, you work with several different backgrounds. I work with CE folks, comm, supply, logistics plans. All these people fall under my command right now, and I'm typically just working with logistics skill sets. So that's unique, but at the end of the day, I think each squadron commander is trying to accomplish a mission set, and that's it. That should flow down from the top, and you should be going to that. So I think we face that the same, but it's the only difference here is that, I'm just geographically separated from the rest. I'm a big advocate of my people, and they'll probably tell you I'm annoying about it, but I'm always willing to preach their story and what we got going on. So I have no issue standing on my squadron or group commander's desk saying, hey, this is an important issue. It should be an important issue to you, too. Especially being here, because they're expecting us to do a mission set, and I need to be able to tell you, hey, I'm not able to do that. So I have no problem in going up with that. And I've even had, direct conversation with my leadership and saying, hey, you can't over-communicate with me because I can't see you. So we were just recently, we were forced into a situation the news kind of tipped it off about some assets that were diverted here. And, we're in charge. My unit's in charge of bedding them down, getting them taken care of, and we weren't expecting it at all. I got a call one night about 9 p.m. said, hey, you need to go into your office and check SIPR right now. So we're, the forgotten empire, but all of a sudden all eyes are on us. Like, hey, we got, a bunch of assets on the ground with some heavy firepower on them. We need to take care of these people because they're going to do some deterrent status, continuous bomber presence in these areas. So, what do you do? Now I'm in charge. Now I'm on ground. Like you said, my people are looking up to me to lead them. The people above me can't see here. Even up to the PACAF A4 level, I'm getting emails saying, hey, what's going on in Diego? What's going on with these assets that are on the ground? So, again, it's no issue for me. It didn't make me nervous or anything. It's, hey, this is an opportunity I've been looking for. I would like to be able to tell my story of Diego and why we're important here. So, again, just being an advocate for your people and your mission. I don't think you can be annoying with that information. I think you can tell when people are being self-serving, which is, I hope that's not my case and how I come off. But again, I have no problem preaching my story up, down, and being able to take care of the people below me, especially because they're going to ones who going to get stuff done for me. So hopefully I can remove the obstacles so they can accomplish the mission. And with that, I mean, taking care of the leadership talk so they don't have to get involved in any of this stuff and any of the thing that may prohibit them from actually being effective with that mission set.
Awesome.
Working with citizens of different countries and stuff, which is always cool.
Yeah.
As far as influence beyond, I assume you mean outside of the Air Force or different entities, hopefully?
Yes.
Well, I guess I could say I share a skill set. So I'm involved in a couple different organizations, to include a fraternity and Prince Hall Masonry, Shrindom, different things. And you have a different sort of outreach. So you learn some leadership skills in the military. You learn some from, just walking around the earth, being in life. So, again, with those other organizations, I do outreach in the community, which I love. And, I'm able to take some of the skills I've learned in the military to do that in, different philanthropic efforts. And then at the same time, some of the people that I work with on the outside have given me some insight into just, human life, people coming from different walks of life that you interact with on the job. You never know what somebody's backstory is, so you can't be so quick to judge. So I've learned those things across. I feel more comfortable in those scenarios. Outside of the military, that's kind of where my passion is. This is what I do, and I do love that. But being outside of that in those other organizations, doing some outreach is how I feel my leadership can stretch beyond all of this. But at the same time, some of the experiences that I've had in the military have shaped me to be able to better, to be more effective, actually, in those scenarios and vice versa.